innovative idea, it's exploration that could have the impact. Now we see digital score here in Morocco, what we call the 1337. Now we start to have to harvest the result. It's the same with this digital farming school. Now we are soon we will start in Côte d'Ivoire, and the idea that we will make the information useful and easy to be accessed by anyone in this in different country. And also the objective is to build and to form also some leader and some expert in agriculture.
Yeah. So if you don't walk into a farm, you don't walk into a farmer's life and say, here, take this and use it. You involve them in the whole process.
Exactly, exactly.
Which is also very important for farmers where they are to understand and appreciate the technology. Because sometimes, you know, you were talking about deep tech very easily, we're talking about AI. Sometimes there's a little bit of fear that, you know, the technology will perhaps replace us.
Exactly, but thanks to the trust that we have built from several years, and they see that many times we arrive to each region, we have some strategy to cover different area. We see that OCP Africa is not only for business development, it's really important. OCP Africa, it's also for agriculture development. We are not only focusing on increased sales. We are trying to increase the best practice of agriculture, because we strongly believe if we create add value and we help to develop the agriculture, at the end, our business will be developed autonomously.
Wonderful. Can you see the future, Nabil?
The future?
Can you see into the future?
Yes. So the future now, it's more oriented, honestly, to artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
In OCP Africa, we are, yes, sure, we are continuing to do the same thing that we are doing. We are trying to perform it, but we are trying to use now different technology. I will give you an example.
Yeah.
One of crazy example that I really like it. We have impacted the loan confirmation in some country based on the agricultural information. Today, we are working on one bank in Rwanda. So do you know, as I am employee of company, if I would like to ask for loan from bank, they ask me to give them the contract, they give me to ask me to give them all the financial information. However, the farmer that is located in rural area, what he should do to get this loan, he has no information. So now a very good example of using high tech in impacting the farmer at the end, that we have with our partner, what we call GIS Agri System. And this tool allow banking system to rate the farmer based on what he has done in the past.
Wow.
So imagine that if his land was working really well every year, it means that this farmer, he is serious. If he asks for loan, it's for developing the business.
I see.
So this example, we see clearly the high tech, it's not looks. The high tech, sometimes it's the way to solve the real issue. We didn't solve our issue, but the farmer, his issue, it has been solved. This is the power. I see actually the futures that if we continue to develop, now it's only one scope, it's financial access.
Yeah.
We, in OCP Africa, we are developing also a partnership with other startup, other private sector. And I imagine if we continue to do the same thing on same way, using the maximum, the high tech, as we said in the beginning, is to bridge the gap. The future of agriculture could be boosted via one player in coordination with all the players of the chain value, World Bank, private sector, startup, everyone on Africa can participate in order to, at the end, what we are dreaming, that Africa will be the leader of agriculture in Africa.
Nabil for president. Do we have any questions from the audience, please? Anybody at all? Yes, can I please have the light in the audience, please? We do have a question from one of our participants. Can I have some light in the audience, please? And as I say, Nabil for president, you are very good at describing, how to close this gap, and it's very inspirational.
I hope. That's the feeling of OCP. This is our DNA.
This is in your DNA. All right. Your name, where you're from, your organization, and the question.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mana Soro, and I am a master's student in Rabat. I have just a quick in general question, which is how does OCP Africa balance short-term operational needs with long-term innovation goals? And I do really appreciate the part of the Mama of Africa and supporting women. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we all like that about OCP Africa, supporting women. So let's talk about the long-term, short-term gains versus long-term goals.
Yes. So as we say, so when you are in business company, much more you are focused on the exploitation on short-term performance. But when you see that 80% of agriculture in Africa is not using fertilizer, you know that the future of tomorrow need to prepare today. So if we are doing some activity today, like education, like marketing, like, for example, to train other people to build a huge community in agriculture, it's not for free, because we know in the futures we will get a really good performance. Yeah. Keep this number in mind, 80% of agriculture today is not using fertilizer.
80%?
Yes, 80.
Wow. Any more questions? Yes, we've got one question up here, the gentleman. Do I have any more questions after that, please? So we can run to you. Okay, please, your name, your organization, and go ahead with your question. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Nabil, for the very insightful discussion. My name is Sulaiman Bashir. I'm a PhD student at UNCSP, and I'm also from Nigeria. So my question is about the soil digital map that OCP is currently working on. I know about some other project of OCP about determining the soil chemical properties to allow the farmers to be able to have a customized usage of fertilizer. But the issue is this information, is it mainly for business operation? I mean, that is, these informations are only available for OCP or available for the public? Because you mentioned that 80% of farmers in Africa don't use fertilizer. I think I'm going to add that even probably those 20% that use the fertilizer are actually not applying the right quantity, the right type. Yes. And again, doing soil analysis for many farmers is very expensive. But I believe if there is a database that is available for the public, they can easily go there and say, okay, in this region, or in this particular area where I have my farm, these are the nutrients that are potentially lacking. And I think based on that, they can probably determine the type of fertilizers and, again, the quantity that they are going to be using. My second question is about, soil analysis. You collect data, you georeference it, but again, it changes. It's not something that is constant. Yeah. So how are you planning to be updating your databases? I mean, how frequent are you going to do that?
All right, so access, who has access to it, and then how do you update the information in real time? Okay. Nabil.
So for the access, we are working with government and public institution and so it means that we are not using this data only for our cases, okay? But what is important, that we are developing customized solution and we put it on the market. But be sure that we have a strong relationship with the government, that we are working closely, and they have already enough information. Now for the update, actually this georeference soil mapping is not only the way. We have also we have also OCP School Lab. in different region. We have actually it's like a car, and they make a tour, and every point, every region, every village, they take the sample and they share the analysis and results later. So it's not. It doesn't mean that what it does mean that we did the job, but it doesn't mean that we are keep it in
Just there.
exactly.
Yeah.
We are updated once it's possible. But OCP Africa could not do everything alone. Okay, we are trying to do as we can. Okay, in order to help, but it's sure in terms of information, partnership with the government, they have already some access of some information.
Yeah. Any more questions? We have just, okay, we've got 2 questions. Okay, I've got 5 minutes to go, so a very quick question. We've got 3 questions. Oh, wow. All right, go ahead. We've got only 2 minutes. Go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Your name, your organization, and your question.
Fed Ben Shihab. I'm from OCP.
Okay.
And I thank you for the summit. I think my English is not so good as
we can still understand.
I have two rapid questions. The first is what role does artificial intelligence play in OCP Africa strategy to enhance sustainable agriculture and improve productivity for smallholders? The second question is how the OCP group leveraging DeepTech innovation such as soil mapping and customized fertilized and digital agriculture platform to support and transform agriculture across Mama Africa.
Thank you. The OCP person has a tough question for you. Go ahead.
I think they like Mama Africa.
We all do. Go ahead.
Okay, so for the first
AI
question. So just to give you an example, today with the imagery satellite, with the application GIS Agri developed by one of our partners in OCP ecosystem, we are able to detect disease crops, okay, by AI tool. Do you imagine, just by image satellite, we are able to detect disease of the crops. We are also able to know, do you know some government, they would like to know what is the situation of the harvest this year, of the activity, in order to have the whole value of the value chain in terms of estimation, etc. Because they need to prepare other operation later. With AI tool, we are able to estimate the yield of each crops in each country.
Wow.
Do you imagine all this thing? We don't do it from the ground, only from AI tool with image satellite. It's sure in the beginning we have had some agent on the ground to train the model, and when it's trained, that's fine. Now the forecast error of yield estimation is around 4%. What it does mean that we are accuracy at 96%. Our accuracy of the yield is right.
Wow.
Only with image satellite and artificial intelligence.
Wow. 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 Should we go to the next the next question? Yes, sir. You had a question, and then I had a question over there. Okay, so I'll just take these 2. We have literally 2.5 minutes. I said 2 minutes before, but yes, go ahead, sir.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. My name is Ben Jedid Rashad Sanusi for Greenleaf AI. So my question is on disease detection, early disease detection.
Yes.
Early disease detection. Do you have any system to detect disease early for crop, especially for date palm?
Especially for?
For date palm.
What is it?
Date palm.
What disease is that?
Le dattier. Le dattier, palmier dattier.
Ah, okay,
okay, yeah.
Not necessarily, but it has been developed with our partner. Disease detection, but mainly for the crops. And now we are training it. Okay, it means that it's something that it could be improved to cover different agriculture in Africa.
Okay. Thank you. Last question, please. All the way up.
All right.
Last question, and then I release you. I'm so sorry, Nabil. Your topic is... No, all the way up.
Just joking.
Somebody all the way up. Sorry? You have a question too? Okay, just hang on a second. Yes, madam. Go ahead, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Melloki Rihab. I'm a PhD student. And actually, my question to you, sir, is what are the challenges that we've got for the moment when it comes to the innovation part? And how can we overcome each one of them from an OCP Africa point of view? Right. And thank you.
So what kind of challenges do we have as far as innovation is concerned?
Yeah, for the moment, moment.
Currently, what kind of challenges do we have with the innovation? Do we have any challenges?
So actually, I don't have for the moment. But why? Because as you know, the OCP ecosystem is encouraging innovation. That's what I would like to answer. Okay. Sure, there are other points, but the main challenge in standard company that you are in your DNA, it doesn't include innovation. But in our context, in OCP ecosystem, it's not true.
Okay. All right. So one last question from you, sir. You have a microphone? Beautiful. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Imran Boza. I'm an Insab Rashid student at the Energy and Environment sector. Actually, my question is why not use the waste and the organic waste already existing in the Moroccan industry to make it a fertilizer for the agricultural sector?
Why not use the organic waste to use as fertilizer for agriculture?
I think there are a lot of studies done in our ecosystem. But the idea in terms, we need to see the demand and the offer, okay? That's the question. If you do just some simple calculation in terms of the requirement of fertilizer in Africa, you will find it's really there is a gap between demand and the offer. Yeah. But yes, it's something that's already under exploration. Actually there are different biotech also in order to substitute the standard fertilizer, and OCP is open for all other options.
And that's what I like about DeepTech. You know, the summit is going to encourage you to have these conversations, which I really encourage you to have with Nabil. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, so Nabil, finally you are off the hook. Ladies and gentlemen, Nabil Sihamou is an experienced innovation leader, an operations research engineer, and of course, as you can see, he's got a strong background in supply chain optimization. He has shared digital transformation and strategic development. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for Nabil Sihamou, Chief of Innovation and Ambidexterity Officer, OCP Africa. Thank you, Nabil. Thank you so much. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's all time will allow us to do. This powerful and very important and informative session on DeepTech and agriculture has come to an end. I would now like to invite Amin Rati and Sophia Dahouni, who will come onto the stage. Quara Win platform, is that correct? Quara Win platform. Did I get that correct? A round of applause for them, please.
Hello everyone. We're just going to take 2 minutes of your time to introduce an opportunity and an initiative that we've been working on with Sophia and that will be announced today. So my name is Amin. I'm the co-founder and CEO of SporeBio, a young deep tech company in the field of industrial microbiology. We're based in Paris, France, and we're opening an office in New York. And we're a deep tech company.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophia Dahouni. I am a deep tech investor, so I have spent the last decade working in the intersection of science, investment and entrepreneurship. And most recently I was partner in a fund where I led investment in deep tech companies. Among them you'll find Alice and Bob in quantum, Akemia in AI and drug discovery, and some other cybersecurity companies. And currently, I am a lecturer at École Normale Supérieure Ulm, which is a research university. And I'm happy to be here with Amin to tell you more about Qarawin, which is an interesting project in deep tech.
I met Sophia 2 years ago. I was fundraising for my first round, the pre-seed round. And she said no to just for bio, but we stayed super close together and we kept discussing. There's not a single lab where I've been to all around the world, in the US, in Singapore, in Abu Dhabi, or in Europe, where there is not amazing, brilliant Moroccans working on crazy topics that are really almost unbelievable. And so we had this idea of gather all these Moroccan scientists, these Moroccan deep tech entrepreneurs, operators, into one community that is called Qarawin.
So yeah, so today we're happy to introduce Qarawin. So what we're building concretely, so we're building a global community of researchers, entrepreneurs and scientists who believe that science is the best tool to create impactful ventures. So we're going to do it with three main pillars. So the first one is, of course, to connect these Moroccan scientists, entrepreneurs, so the right person at the right moment. We're going to do it through curated introduction, through Slacks groups, and also through local chapters. Rita, who's here with us, is managing the global chapters. And we're going to do a second thing, is make this community visible, because it's very important to know that there are Moroccan scientists, entrepreneurs, and researchers building amazing things, because we want you to have the ambition to dream and to be inspired. And the last thing, of course, is we want to support them by being the first friends and family that you might have and you might need when you start a venture. So this is what we're going to build, and we have been fortunate to have advisors.
So we have really good advisors. Some of them are in the room today, like Jinan Abu Nabi from MIT, like Mehdi Ressassi at AI71, or Nadia Kamal at Harmonie Mutuelle. So amazing people that are really supporting this initiative. We're also lucky to have Yassine Erzewi from UMCSP that we're working really closely with. And maybe one last final remark. If you take the history of Morocco, it's full of science. The first ever university in the world has been created in Morocco, Al-Qarawin. The first maps ever of Eurasia, Africa has been created in Morocco. We have a long history of Moroccan scientific traditions, and we want to give credit to that. The future is going to be deep tech, the future of Morocco is going to be deep tech, and the first ever unicorn of Morocco will be a deep tech company. We're here to support that. Thank you so much.
And yeah, so if you're a Moroccan scientist, entrepreneur, or builder, we want you to do three things. The first one is to be proud of your heritage. The second is to be ambitious. And the third one is to join us.
Thank you so much.